This is the second formation that we will be covering in my multiple offense. It is shotgun Y off trio weak. First off, we will be covering the audibles that I use. Now, at the X spot here, I use goal line, fork, zig. Probably my favorite passing play in the formation. Obviously, we'll cover it and break down why. And then at the Y button here, I use halfback base. There's a very good run play that we can audible over to from trip side end. Now at the third spot here, we use instead of shot Y wheel, we use flood post. It's got a speed out in the slot and a deep in route on the left that I really like, and we'll cover it more. Now the last audible spot here, I use where is it here? I use orbit PA cross. It's got like a cool little delayed in route over the middle, as well as a crossing route to the tight end that is very nice, and I like to use a lot in this formation. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the plays here. So look forward to that next. Let's get started on zone beaters out of Y off trio weak. Now I usually run my trips with the trip side going towards the long side of the field. So when I audible over to Y off trio weak, everybody's going to be on the short side. So these setups will basically benefit short hash mark setups. So my first setup here, you streak RB, streak Y, and then when you audible over, it lets you stem up this A road a few times. So you have a nice little deep corner out there. You can 10, 15 yards there pretty easily. Now this like double move route here, you can put them if you want. You can put them on like an out route or like a stemmed out route like this, just to have like another option to throw. But if you want to like quick hike your opponent, you just come out, make those couple hot routes, and then you call it a day there. Now the running back route I really like here, pretty much versus any sort of coverage, like zone coverage or match, even in this set. Mainly because it's hard to match or like basically have anything like a cover two shaded down might stop it, but for the most part, your opponent's going to struggle with covering this route unless they like manually cover it themselves, which is going to leave the right side of the field open. And that's why this corner route is beneficial, and this delayed like post type route is very good also. You can see I still completed it versus shade down. We will go ahead and run it one more time here, and we'll move on. See right there, money. Now for the rest of the video here, I am just going to come out in the formation itself. So first off here, I'll just show that play setup here versus cover two. You can see this B route, like everybody shaded up, and you're just getting easy 5 yards. Possibly a lot more if they're blitzing, or just like if you spin and make a miss, whatever. You can see that's 10, 11 yards right there a pop. But yeah, like I said, the like cover two routes is really the only like the yellows over the middle of the field is the only thing that will even partially cover these running back streaks out the backfield. All right, so moving on here, we're going to cover two setups that I run out of flood post. The first one up here, I'll just show it's a strictly cover two beater. Now what I do here, I smoke screen B. I go ahead and streak A, and then Y, I just go ahead and put on a table route. As you can see, you can quickly throw this table route here and get a lot of easy yards. It's 4 to 5 yards there pretty easily, and if they're shaded down, you can look to throw X on the break. Aside from that, you look towards the right side of the field and just look for like the high-low. Now they're in a cloud there, so the right read on that play was throwing the smoke screen and taking the few yards because you can see he's going to kind of bait me, and then you get the few yards that you need there. Now the one thing here, you can stem this route up, so if you want to stem the RB up a little bit just to make sure you clear the cover two, you can highball it right over the top. So that's also something that's super beneficial about this play and something that I really like about it. So going to show this versus cover 3, and then we have one more zone beater to touch on. All right, flood post here versus cover 3. All I do, I go ahead and do this here. I flat A, and then I go ahead and table route Y. You can see here you have that little window, especially with the shade down, that this gets sucked down to the flat route, and then you can throw this route over the middle. Now with this in route, you're kind of at mercy to like the coverage or who they're using. So like if they're using this linebacker on the left-hand side, I'm just gonna block my running back just to get a second here. If they're using the linebacker on the left side, this in route's gonna be open, so you can throw it over the middle. But with like a standard practice mode here, it's just shaded up cover 3, so it's gonna be a little bit tough to be able to specifically show you that route. But you can look at the right side. This route's just money. Shaded down, you can be able to throw it all the time. You can, like I said, you can stem them up if you need to. Oh, that was just a battery by me. The yellow was out there to guard it. Let's go ahead and touch on the last zone play. That's going to be out of orbit PA cross. So let's show up versus cover 3 hard flat. All I do, drag B, and then I go ahead and table route Y. So you can see you have two key routes here down the field to get a lot of yards here. It's going to be the crosser and then the delayed end. So you can see when the delayed end crosses, you can fire it over the middle. Boom, money. If they're shaded up or shaded down, you can hit these other routes over the middle of the field, like the Y route or the B route. But your main like big chunk yardage plays on this, or routes on this play, is going to be this route right here, and you're going to pick up a ton of yards. Diving to match beaters, first up out of goal line, fork zig. What we're going to do here, we're going to streak Y. I'm going to streak the tight end and the slot wide receiver. We're going to put on a wheel. So you'll see here that the running back streak is going to be one of our main routes here, as well as this B delayed route over here on the right-hand side. You can see he does not get matched at all. So that's going to be something it's going to force your opponent to use her. And it's just going to be a way to get a lot of yards versus match. You can see that's 15 to 20 yards right there. You're gonna pick up a lot of yards quickly, and then it'll force them to like shade up, shade down, and that'll just open up other routes. You can see like the A route there, the tight end route, was not matched either. Let me do it again here. You see? Oh, that was my fault. You see, you have a window here to throw the A route, like right there. That's the window. You have a window versus match where it's trying to assign the defender to the person. So you can see here that you have that window to throw A. Otherwise, if you don't have it, throw B. And then sometimes on the right-hand side here with the wheel, depending on the adjustment, you can throw the wheel on the right-hand side. Otherwise, it's still a pretty decent zone play as well if you want to mix this play in versus zone 2. Like I said, those are our main plays. One other quick thing that you can do actually out of this play setup. So if you look at the right-hand side here, or sorry, the left-hand side, if you want to put X on an out route and stem them up a few times, you can do that to just get a couple easy yards. We'll show that one more time here. Do it again, and then see, it's an easy 10, 15 yards. So obviously he dropped it, but that's going to happen. So going to flood post here. Let's get right into it. All we do here, we go ahead and smoke screen the outside wide receiver on the right. I streak my tight end. And then from there, we streak the running back and out route X. And then we'll go ahead and smart route him a couple times up. You can see the main thing here is you have a couple streaks you can use. Otherwise, you're just abusing or attacking these speed out routes in order to beat the match coverage. Like I've stated previously as well, you can smart route this speed out if you want, just to give it a little bit more space. You can see it's just wide open. The blue on the right is going to try to match up to the streak. You see, it's wide open. A lot of easy yards. If you wait a little bit longer, you can throw the smoke screen. Oh, he doesn't want to bite up, so you just throw that. It's wide open. You just got to find mismatches and match coverage and just put roll concepts together that force somebody to be open. Now, last play set up here is out of orbit cross. It's a really good match beater. I really like this formation a lot. Actually, okay, so cover 4 here, all I do, put running back on in route, and then I go ahead and come back B. So you can see B route here on the break, get a few easy yards here, and it makes the safety on the top right bite down. And then what that's going to do, without showing the underneath routes here, is just allows you to try to throw this post here, which that time he didn't get enough separation, and Troy Smith overthrew it. But you also have the in route underneath, which is going to get matched from the linebacker on the left. As you can see, it was delayed. I'm getting a lot of easy yards. Now, the two routes over the middle of the field here, the crosser and the in route, are also very good. Like, this setup just built in is very good versus match coverage. You can see how many yards I picked up there. We're completely shredding match coverage. You can throw that route over the middle of the field. I should have waited just a tad bit longer before throwing it. Or if you just step up in the pocket, make a little memory there, you can throw it on the cut. Let's do it one more time here. Just to I want to show Bond get a little bit of separation. There we go. Oh, well, he overthrew it. You can see how he's getting inside leverage here. So as long as he gets just a little bit of separation and my quarterback throws it right, you're going to be able to throw that deep. Let's just try once, just blocking the running back here. You can see right there, easy touchdown. So you'll go ahead and be able to shred match with these few plays. In order to properly show you one of my favorite plays here from goal line fork zig against like man blitz, we're going to need to audible over to it. Just this way, it'll allow us to stem up this route here a few yards. Now, all I really do here, I block Y. It's going to be a play where you quickly try to hit this corner route on the break, just like that. You're going to get a bunch of easy yards, especially if you're just audibling over, and then you can block it right away. And as soon as they set, you snap the ball. Now, if they guard or user guard the route on the right, you can look to throw this route over here on the left. You have the whip sort of route that goes towards the sidelines. It's just like a more like longer developing whip route. Now block Y, and then from there you also have the slant over the middle of the field that you can look to throw. Oh, just hit a bad accuracy throw here from the quarterback. But you can see here we are easily attacking any sort of man blitz. Look at him cut across. You can see, and then you're off to the races. We're not really looking to block the blitz at this point, mainly just because a few things here. One, we're blocking the running back, so we have somebody over there just to help block, but we mainly want to catch it off guard by just quick hiking once we audible over to a new formation. It's one of the best, easiest ways to get an advantage on your opponent is just by quick hiking them sometimes, changing like the tempo or like the pace of offense that you're playing. You can see this route here on the break. You're going to be able to throw it and get a bunch of yards. Now, if they're using it, like I stated, one more time here. If they're using it, we're going to look towards the left side of the field here to throw the slant or the whip route. This B route here, not really good against man coverage, but just in case they have like a zone or anything over there, we leave them there. We're also just trying to quickly and hurry up and hike the ball on your opponent here. So that's kind of why we don't do anything else to it. So we have two play setups here that we're going to show versus man coverage. First is out of flood post. Now what I do here, I go ahead and wheel route Y just to give you that deep bomb potential versus man coverage. And then with the tight end here, what we're going to do is drag him. We call hike. You can see you have this double move route to throw once it breaks. And then from there, show it to you here. This X route gets wide open versus man coverage as well. Sometimes what you can do if you want is slant A. Ultimately, it's up to you though. Oh, that time it didn't get open at all. But your main two routes here are this on the cut and then the deep in route on the left. Sometimes you'll be able to throw the wheel route, but with this setup, if it's like a stock sort of like just stock two-man under, you probably won't be able to throw it up top because they have safety help. So I'll try to show it to you here versus just some sort of like cover one or something. You can see I had him beat there. Hayward just is a dog, so he destroyed my tackle. See that time on the cut. We just love throwing wheel routes. It's arguably in my top 3 routes to throw against man coverage. That and double move routes, like double move out routes. So let's get into the last play here versus man coverage. It's going to be out of orbit PA cross. It's going to be the same setup that I showed you previously for match coverage out of this. In route running back, smokes or comeback B. You can see here the air route was open, and then I threw it, and Sauce Gardner is the dog, so he jumped in front of it. You got Diggs over the middle. Running back on the in. Those are your 3 main routes here, are covering over the middle of the field, or running over the middle of the field. You have the running back in route, you have the crosser, and the deep in. And then your last 2 routes or reads on the play are going to be the comeback, and sometimes here the deep post on the left-hand side will fry man coverage, clearly depending on the matchup and who you have there. But you can see this double move in just torched. He had like 5 yards separation against man press. Keep on trying to force it there, but Gardner's just too good for McBride. So probably won't be able to show that route really in the video here. But you can see we still have that route. Easy 15 yards. And obviously you have your check down, which is going to do a great job versus man coverage. So I hope you guys like the second formation breakdown here on a Y off trio week. We'll finish with shotgun tight open as our last formation in the offense, and then we'll have a 4th video. It's going to be red zone. I'll just cover runs that I use and some passing plays here so you guys don't struggle in the red zone when you get there. If you guys do like the video and find my channel helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.